legs. Ass and legs.
Okay, what I want to do, if I don't kick into the tripod here, is take one of these bolts, okay, and put it through here, and put a washer in between, and we hang the leg joint on it. Put another washer here, and we put a nut on here. Now, that's how we do it. Okay. Now, you want that to swing, so you don't want that to be too tight. And double nut it. So I've got enough nuts for that. And we'll double nut it like that. And then I'll take the bolt cutter and I'll bugger up the threads here so that the nut won't unwind on it. Because even though when you double nut it, a lot of times it just comes apart anyways. See if I can get you a close up here. I can't get, because it's double nutted, but I can't get the second wrench in there. In other words, I'm trying to tighten, but I'm end up tightening the inside nut. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, is tightening the whole thing here. Can't have it that tight because she's moving now. Well, it's about the best I can do. Now we'll take the bolt cutter and bugger up the threads like I did on the joints for the damps. You can see that. You can see that inside nut moving, the outside nut's not moving. And if that backs off, there is going to be a very loose knee joint. I'd rather have it, tight like it is. I don't see how a nut can come off of there. This is not the Harbor Freight bolt cutter. It is made in China, but this is one that I bought somewhere else. Okay, I got them locked in there. But I can't lock both nuts together. They turn on unison because the wrench is too thick and I can't get in there to double nut them effectively. So I buggered up the threads with the bolt cutter so it doesn't come off, hopefully, and chopped off the very end. It was a little long. I don't have any more of that Permatex silicone. That's real good stuff. I usually stick that on. I'll find something maybe to put on the threads just to as a precaution. I don't want them nuts backing off, because that either will fall out or it'll loosen up greatly. My only fear is I should have used heavier hardware on the eye bolts, because there's a possibility that those knee joints could break, and that would be a disaster, because that would be a disaster. It would be, oh, what a job trying to redo that, you know. I'd have to cut it all back into here and everything else. So, all right, so what I have to do now, after I put the sheet metal in so that it protects it so it can't go up like this, is figure out how I'm going to do the knees. This isn't wide enough to do it that way, so in other words, I can't have a big knee ball like that, like I wanted to do. I might have to mount it this way. But you see this seam on here? Well, I have to cut it on the seam. If I try to cut it down the middle, I could end up with 4 pieces instead of 2. I have to cut this in half. The question is, am I going to cut it this way, or am I going to cut it on the seam? I'd like to cut it on the seam and mount it this way. On the other hand, I could cut it on the seam and mount it top and bottom. I'm not sure yet. It's going to be awkward, because I think I just got to have something to protect this, or prevent it from going up. Well, I buggered up the threads and I stuck some masking tape on the end. I don't have any silicone. I'm not going out to buy it. So this dollar store masking tape's crap. Keeps tearing down the sides and everything. I want to do is I want to just go over the top of this. I don't know if I can. Guess I can do that. It ain't gonna hurt it. Keep the nut from, well, it ain't gonna unravel, because I buggered up the threads pretty good on it purposely. Yeah, that's fine. That's all. It just added security, protection, or whatever you want to call it. We'll do the same for this one. So it's only tape. Paper tape, so it ain't gonna hurt anything. And I oiled it up with 3-in-1 oil. And now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna cut this. I'd like to cut it on the seam. And in fact, I'm gonna see if I can do that. Let's see. How are we going to do this? I think I'm going to cut it on the seam. Now, what I got to do is I got to cut it in half. And then I'm going to tape it together with masking tape anyways after I carve out to allow for the joint and the movement of the joint and so forth. So, let's get started. If I mess it up, I guess I can go to the dollar store and get more of them. But I'd rather not. This is the most delicate part of it, is the seam. So if I try to cut it the other way, oh, it's hollow. Oh wow, it's hollow. I was not aware that it was hollow. All right. Well, that might work okay. That might work all right. Now we got to do some thinking here as to how I'm going to do this. Of course, my damn stool is in the way and I can't open this. Well, one option is this way. Originally I wanted it this way. And I can still do that, I guess. You have to put the knees this way. I wanted a wider knee, but that's all right. It's not a big deal. The knee can be, I can round out this part so it'll go down on here. I can put it right in this valley here. I hope I'm on camera. Yeah, okay. I have a bad habit of being off camera. Because I can't always see, I can't see the viewfinder without a magnifying glass. I can see images, but I can't quite make them out as to whether I'm on or not. Okay, so it's all going to get covered up with masking tape anyways. You know, if I make it this way, and I'm careful, I might not need any sheet metal underneath here to hold this from it going too high. If I'm careful and I don't force the leg up any higher than this, after I get this piece on and the bottom piece on, the bottom piece will have to be carved out. All right, and let me get to work on this. Okay, well, I notched out for the top part. Fit right in there, and it will allow the leg to come up not yay high. It's still going to move. I mean, if you force it, it's going to go higher than you want it. So the next step is put this bottom piece in. All I gotta do is I gotta cut a little around the bottom part. And that'll go in there. The top part will go here. I think this goes this way. What we gotta do, I gotta remember, the same way here, and this is the bottom. And now, this is in here, like that. We got to cut here, here, and that I have to be careful of because I'm liable to break. It's the first time I ever worked with this stuff, so I have no idea if I'm going to screw it up or not. It's only styrofoam with a coating of vinyl over it, I guess, for the pumpkin effect. I'm going to have to cut more than that. Let's see.